Chad, I don't know if I'm buying this Colorado report about what's going on in the locker room and the culture of Coach Prime that Athlon Sports put out through a Steve Corder, a reporter that we cannot find, okay? We've tried now for 2 straight days. Chad picked up on this. And, Chad, if you don't mind, give like the Cliff Notes version of what we're discussing. Because I think by now, most know the report. I don't think most know that the reporter is very difficult to find.
Yeah, so the quote from the story, this is from a former player no longer with Colorado. It's like a real-life Grand Theft Auto video game. There are many distractions with fights, guns, and money floating around. The environment is unlike any I've come from before. Cormani McClain, bullied by Shiloh Sanders, slapped around by Shiloh Sanders. He transferred. Jordan Seaton, 5-star freshman, allegedly bullied into proving his manhood and fighting former Colorado offensive lineman Savion Washington, leaving both men bruised and bloodied in a fight. Kind of a code red situation.
Described as
you guys will fight each other.
2 bears scrapping over food is how it was described in this report.
Backup quarterback Colton Allen demanding payment of a $10,000 gambling debt to the son of the son of Kevin Mathis, Caleb. Kevin Mathis, the defensive backs coach at Colorado. Caleb, a wide receiver. Caleb didn't like being demanded the $10,000, so he beat the hell out of Colton Allen and fought him in front of people, another allegation. And what we get from Deion Sanders in response to this is essentially him saying, you know you're doing well when they start lying.
Well, when they start making up. And then, you've got Cormani McClain, I believe, who is saying, like, Cap, or responding with Cap to one of the posts on social. Again, it's all. But the reporter on this is Steve Corder. And, Chad, it's normally, if you have a report like this, you go on many different shows, and you're discussing.
Well, also you have a Twitter account.
You have a Twitter account, but you're discussing what you know and who you were told. Who the anonymous sources, and it's about Deion Sanders in Colorado. There's going to be a lot of requests for this guy, not just us.
Yeah, and
I still haven't heard or seen on social where anything's been tagged that they've had this guy on as a guest.
Well, and I sent this out to a number of friends in online media.
Yes.
Excuse me. And
they've never heard of this guy.
Never heard of him. People that worked at Athlon, they have no idea who it is. Adam Brown on our staff sent out something to Colorado. They acknowledged, never given this person a credential. They never know who they are, never met them in person. And then some of my media friends, somebody came back and said, well, it's just some clown trying to get clicks. And I'm thinking, if you're a clown trying to get clicks, you'd want your name out there.
Exactly.
You'd want to sell your own social media accounts. You'd want to do this. I mean, a clown trying to get clicks just for Athlon, I guess, that wants no acknowledgement himself for the story, but yet has written a lot of aggregated stories about Colorado.
And in
that
the world
part of it is confusing.
And in the world of AI, we saw this with Sports Illustrated a couple months back. Who owns and who runs Athlon now?
Arena
Group, which also runs Sports Illustrated. And they were using AI, putting a headshot and a name with a report. And a lot of that is just aggregated news that then is pushed to the site to make content for said site, get clicks for said site. In this case, it's an Athlon report. Athlon Sports is citing anonymous sources that this guy has obtained. So it's different than just, hey, this is what's being reported by another outlet, and here are the details summarized by AI. Colorado, and their athletic department did put out issued a statement. We were issued this through Curtis Snyder, the Associate AD of Athletic Communications for Colorado. CU Athletics has no comment. We're excited with the way the team is coming together after a week of camp and are looking forward to an excellent season under Coach Prime, starting with our game against North Dakota State on August 29th at Folsom Field. No comment, Chad, means they're not confirming nor denying the details of this.
No comment to me is admission that it happened, or we can't prove that it didn't happen.
Or
And
we don't know.
Not enough people are saying it absolutely didn't happen. And no one knows who Steve Corder is, so I'm not even going to give a comment to some click farm and tell you whether it's true or not.
But here's the thing, like this deserves attention either.
Well, like if it was Pete Thamel
I know.
that had this report,
But to me,
they would issue a comment or they would investigate it at least, or Deion would come out and say it's not true or whatever. But they don't even feel the need to acknowledge this right now because not an awful lot of people have really picked up on it.
So I haven't been paying attention to First Take. This is a lead for First Take. If it's Pete Thamel that's reporting this, Chad.
Yeah.
That's my point. It's a big story either way. The details are either accurate or there's bad blood and someone has a vendetta and they're wanting this out right before the season starts that has since transferred, or it's totally false, it's fake, and it's AI, and now another version of this has happened through the same company. And in this case, they're quoting anonymous sources, but very specific details. Either way, it's a story, but it just hasn't picked up any traction.
I think it's because of the source. I think people are asking some of the same questions I've been asking. Who is this person? Why have they never attended a Colorado event? They don't host a show. They're not on YouTube. They don't have a podcast.
Their X account links to a woman.
Yeah, it's hard to understand what's going on. Mike Farrell, who formerly was a big writer with, I think, Rivals, has his own website. I'm trying to find other media sources that have picked this up. Mike Farrell's sports website, a guy named Scott Salomon, has a column up of 8 hours ago that says, if the allegations are true, you should step down immediately. And it goes into the story from, now they say in this one, Steve Corden of Athlon Sports. We see it as Steve Corder.
That's the way it's listed on the Athlon site.
But goes into the report by Athlon Sports and links it here. So that's at least someone else referencing the report. There's not a lot of references to the report.
What are these Colorado edits?
There are references to Colorado putting out a practice highlight video that appears to be, if you watch closely, I saw people making fun of this last night, and I didn't understand. They were tagging me on it, and I'm like, what am I looking at? What am I seeing here?
What's the purpose of this? Yeah.
Yeah, like is it the hand signal they're doing at the end? Are they mocking something? Is this like Brandon Miller getting patted down for guns after the murder?
Are they blocking us again?
Of the young mom? Like I don't know what they're making fun of or what's happening. We'll let you see it, and you can see. Now, when I tell you like where it is, this is like getting one of those pictures where you have to look through the image to find the hidden object. If I tell you what it is that you're looking for, it's very easy to see what it is. What you're looking for is an edit that if you watch the start of the video, it looks pretty clearly like the ball is going one direction and out of bounds, nowhere near a receiver, and then they do a quick cut, and it's a touchdown in a different part of the end zone, making it look like they edited an incompletion into a touchdown and a celebration. You be the judge. Here's a start. Shedeur Sanders, look, throw and look.
Yeah, that's not a touchdown.
Completely behind, right? Like to the right, completely behind. Looks like someone on a go route at the start of it. Looks like it's thrown behind the receiver out of bounds.
Darts only.
And then suddenly, Hutton, it's like a back of the end zone on the left side. Watch, now the receiver's going left, it looks like. See? On that side of the end zone for a touchdown.
Yes.
Okay, so I think pretty clearly a bad edit job and terrible job by Colorado.
Bad edit.
They couldn't find one offensive highlight. It's like someone went out there for one play. It's like the local TV person that has to get, they have to go from game to game, and they get one random play of B-roll, and it's just like a 3-yard gain, and then they got to go to the next high school game and get some of that, and it's just a stop after 5 yards.
Whatever you can get while you're there. You're begging for a big play.
Here's this missed extra point that we're going to show on the news tonight, and that's all you have. It's like someone on their video team got out there and said, I'm only going to be here because I got to get to biology. I've got one play to watch, and it was an incompletion. Then their buddy got there later and saw a touchdown, and they spliced the two together to make it look better. Arkansas, and I love good social media department fights when teams get a little bit cheeky with each other. Here was Arkansas football mocking the darts only with their own highlight video and edit. Here you go. The drop back Hutton.
Yes.
Throw to the right, 5 yards down the field that turns into a long bomb.
Fantastic.
In the air. Here we go. Look, this is just something very quick throw, and then boom, ball's way in the air. Touchdown, Arkansas. Brilliant. Yeah, bravo.
Much better
Hogs.
camera work, too, by Arkansas.
Good job, Hogs.
There's the difference between the Big 12 money and
well, you know what they say about the SEC? It just means a little bit more, and apparently sense of humor is also more, and more of abundance in the SEC as opposed to Colorado. That was a really bad edit job. Really, really bad.
But hilarious. I hope this keeps going.
Deion Sanders has like a team of camera
Colorado
people
should do
around
it
him at all times.
Yeah.
You would think that their video department would be top notch.
Maybe they have an edict. They have to show a
Well, if I
touchdown
was a
pass by
college kid
Shador
that
every
wanted
day.
to do, social media, highlight films, editing, Colorado would be a cool place to go right now and try to take advantage of Coach Prime being there and getting access to that program and videoing things. Their department needs some work, from what I'm seeing.
Yesterday we had on the bus, off the bus, is Coach Prime, is Deion Sanders at Colorado beyond this year. He's not if these allegations are true. But I just don't get I said I was off the bus with him leaving after this year, that this is his final year. Just because Chad, if 48 hours later we still don't know if this dude is a real reporter covering Colorado, then we're not going to know. Will we find out? Will we find out from Central Michigan? Will they confirm that Connor Stallions was on their sideline? Or will we learn that Steve Quarter is real? Which comes first?
And it's truly, to me, like it's incredible what large media wants to make a story and what they choose to ignore. I think in a lot of ways, and it could be by outlet, it could be by any number of things. I think we see it with OutKick a lot, where OutKick will have a huge story that gets a lot of traction for OutKick, and there are other outlets just like this, but isn't necessarily the mainstream story because mainstream doesn't decide to pick it up. Here you have, to me, a pretty big bombshell about Colorado football with multiple different incidents, but
during a time of year where these bombshells generally drop.
We can't identify the reporter. No one seems to be able to locate this person. It's at a company that was reputable with their college football magazine, really one of the best going for years and years with Athlon, had really produced really good writers also and editors, but now is seen more as a click farm. So now they've got a big story and a big report, and it just gets people raising their eyebrows. And because of that, Hutton, I think the story's dead. I think it led to some really good discussion on this show for a couple days. I think Mike Farrell Sports got a good column out of it. I think a few sites picked it up. But outside of that, I don't think this is going anywhere.
Well, it's not going anywhere, but the story's not dead because it would be Athlon Sports faking this. You see what I'm saying?
If Athlon Sports faked it, though, I think we'd have this has been a 5 or 6 day old story now. We'd get a much juicier. Can we go to that comment from Colorado one more time that they just released? CU Athletics has no comment. We're excited with the way the team is coming. This is the comment to me of an athletic department saying, no one is picking this up, and we're not going to add steam to it by commenting. We also cannot deny it. If it was an outright fabrication, no one had ever heard of these things happening, these guys are lying, there's no truth to it, there would have been a quick
or there's one thing in there
saying,
that is real.
There would have been guys, this is bullshit. Deion Sanders statement or Colorado statement. They haven't said that. So I think that they're content with this thing not getting picked up by mainstream media, and that's what's happened so far.
Yeah, and normally it's not Colorado that has a statement. It's Deion or Deion Sanders Jr. through Deion's Twitter account.
Yeah,
or X account that goes to,
or Lil Wayne's X account,
or Lil Wayne's.
Lil Wayne's their publicist.
Or Lil Wayne's.
He can get the word out for him.